Hey guys, Scott Gordon, Open Mortgage. Today I want to talk about communication and teamwork, being on the same team. I talked to Howard a couple days ago and he said there was a loan officer who is upset that files have to go to Gatekeeper before they can go to underwriting. The problem is if they gather docs for a file, then it goes to Gatekeeper and the Gatekeeper is asking for something else. Then it goes to underwriting and the underwriters are asking for something else. They said, you can look bad to your borrower when you keep coming back for more items. It makes us look unprofessional. Okay, I don't know how to sugarcoat this and say it in a nicer way, but I believe if you have to go back to your borrower time and time again, we're not making you look unprofessional. You are unprofessional. It's gotten to be very tough to do loans. Tough for the loan originator, tough for us, tough for the borrower to qualify. But there's a pretty clear list of what you need to have in a file to submit it to Gatekeeper and underwriting. I went over this with Laura, the head gatekeeper, and on a 3-day period last week they did 52 files. 80% passed, no problem. So the truth is, for most of you, it's not really an issue. Of the other 20%, half of those minor issues, sometimes things are missing or there's a correction for the compliance numbers. It's really only about 10% that have a problem. So I will stick to my position that we need Gatekeeper and it helps the overall process. And you really need to know how to assemble a file. You need to have those things from the borrower, for the most part. Sometimes there's a surprise, sometimes you're going to have to go back for things. But most of the time, your file should sail through Gatekeeper. Being in 25 states, there's always somebody who's ready to give us an annual audit or a biannual audit. So we know we have to be compliant and watch our P's and Q's. Then there's the investors. You know as well as I do that we can't sell a file if there is any question or any missing item. They just won't buy it. What I really want to do is bring up communication and teamwork. The branch and corporate, we are all part of the same team. We all want to get leads, get loans in the pipeline, and get them closed. We don't stay in business, and you don't stay in business if we don't close loans. This Gatekeeper issue is an opportunity to communicate. And when people talk to Howard about it, even if I don't agree that there's a problem in the system, I'm glad they talk to Howard. And when you see things and you have an opinion or feedback, please contact us and let us know. In software, there's a thing called pipeline analysis, where you look at your computer and see where the bottlenecks are. When you fix one bottleneck, your computer runs faster, but invariably, a bottleneck is going to show up somewhere else, and that's how you optimize the system. Well, for loans, it's really the same thing. We need to keep looking at our pipeline, seeing how it's working, and see where we can make it easier here, easier there, speed it up here. Do something in the front, like Gatekeeper compliance check, so that we don't have an issue at closing and funding. That's how we need to optimize the pipeline. And that is, by the way, why we still use Gatekeeper, because it helps other parts of the process. Without your feedback, we can't get to the root of the problem and figure out how to actually improve our pipeline and our processes. So I need your feedback and your help. But we also need to dig down through some of the surface emotions that it's unfair, that it's hard to do a loan these days. Well, it doesn't matter if it's unfair or fair. It's just the way it is. But we need to dig through that layer and get to the layer of the actual processes and find out where do things get slowed down. And are we requiring duplicate efforts? Ultimately, corporate and your branch need to operate as a team on everything from marketing through origination, closing, and funding. So keep the feedback coming and we will keep trying to fix real problems and make the system work better. And as always, we want to help. If you need anything, contact us at corporate. All right, thanks guys, and I will speak to you soon.